I'm going to give you another testimony. I've said this a few times, and I'm getting close to wrapping up here. But here is my testimony. In March, I made a decision that I would never close the doors of my church, no matter what anybody said. Romans chapter 13, if you only read Romans chapter 13, you don't understand the Bible itself. I have a mandate from God and we have a commission. Jesus said, go into all the world to preach the gospel, making disciples of all nations, teaching them to observe whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you all the days of your life. You've got to baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Forget that. You've got to get that. That is our mandate. That is our commission. He didn't say, except when the government tells you to stop. Because when you read Acts chapter 4, you realize that the governing authorities in Jerusalem, the religious governing authorities, pulled those apostles in and said, we order you to stop preaching in that name. And they said, who are we to obey you above God? Now that's my version of it. Who are we to obey you above God? What this Bible tells us to do is to make disciples of all nations. It tells us to lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. It says go into all the world. It didn't say go into Facebook and hope it gets into all the world. It said go into all the world and preach the gospel to every human being that is alive, making disciples of all of these people. Every ethnicity, you need to be made into disciples. He didn't say sit and wait. He said go. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. I think that was prophetic for 2020. The harvest is just as plentiful right now as it was before this thing began.